Elon Musk built his empire on blowing things up, not metaphorically, literally. SpaceX rockets exploded again and again, but each rapid unscheduled disassembly, or RUD, was a lesson. Failure wasn't just tolerated, it was part of the process. Every fiery setback led to iteration, refinement, and ultimately success. The result? The cheapest, most advanced reusable rockets in history. But now Musk is applying a different kind of disassembly, one not meant to teach, but to cut. As the head of the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, he has introduced a new technique, RSD, or Rapid Scheduled Disassembly, applied to the federal workforce. However, this approach differs significantly from Musk's prior successes in that it attempts to begin with cost savings, rather than identifying best practices through trial and error. While the SpaceX model led to learning and progress, few would argue Musk was trying to blow up rockets. He was trying to get them into space. Imagine what would be learned from the scheduled detonation of a rocket on the launch pad. Not much, and you'd need to build a new launch pad. So the difference between RUD and RSD emerges as more than just scheduling. It's about whether destruction is a means to improvement at all. SpaceX exploded rockets, but those explosions produced invaluable data that made the next launch safer, cheaper, and more efficient. The failures paid for themselves in the long run. Government, however, is not a rocket. When you eliminate thousands of workers in key public agencies, you aren't getting data. You're losing institutional knowledge. The people being cut aren't inefficiencies. They're the ones who know how to navigate complex systems, whether it's pandemic response at the CDC or managing Medicare's labyrinthine logistics. Instead of making government more efficient, these cuts make it dumber, weaker, and ultimately more expensive to fix later. The problem with Musk's approach to government layoffs is that it's treating a system that relies on expertise as if it's a bloated engineering project that just needs trimming. But expertise isn't excess weight, it's the structure itself. And unlike SpaceX rockets, these jobs aren't being blown up to test better ones. They're simply disappearing, with no iteration or improvement to follow. The irony is that Musk's entire career was built on a philosophy that embraced failure as a means to success. Maybe he's had minions doing the actual work so long he's forgotten why failure produced results. His approach to government ignores his own principles entirely. There's no learning, no iteration, just cuts for the sake of immediate cost savings. It's the government version of eating the seed corn, gutting today's workforce at the expense of tomorrow's capabilities. If Musk truly wanted to apply his SpaceX logic to government, he wouldn't just be slashing jobs, he'd be designing a system that gets smarter over time. That would mean investing in technology, restructuring inefficient agencies based on real data, and ensuring that necessary expertise is retained while bureaucracy is streamlined. But so far, none of that is happening. Instead, rapid scheduled disassembly looks more like a crash and burn mission with no plan for recovery. And if there's one lesson from SpaceX that Musk seems to be ignoring, it's this: failure is only valuable if you learn from it. Right now, all he's doing is making sure there's no one left to learn.